Hello, everyone. Welcome back to You Like That Extra, the extra mid-show, the extra midweek show. I fucked it up already. We're sitting here talking about how we're not going to know how to fucking do this episode and talk about it.
Yeah, it turns out we just don't know how to talk.
I don't even know how to talk. We spoke about Mortal Kombat for longer than an hour, so
I also fucked up that intro, so don't worry.
Yeah, okay.
We both got one strike tonight.
1 for 1. All right. Guys, you're joining with me. My name is Adam, and I'm one half of You Like That Extra.
My name's Jack. I am indeed the other half of You Like That Extra.
Yes. And this is the midweek show for You Like That podcast, the show where we give you a few choices of a certain film genre or an actor, actress. Let you guys decide what we should talk about for the midweek. Something that you guys should have seen as well, so that people can listen to this fully and go, yep, I want to know what those guys think about this classic movie. So today, we gave you a choice of serial killers.
Based on real-life serial killers.
Yes, so we gave you Zodiac, Wolf Creek, and the Ted Bundy, Zac Efron Netflix.
Nobody's saying that title.
Yeah, but don't even remember. Something about
extremely
extremely
naughty and wicked.
Bad man.
Vile bad man.
Your sister seemed like she really wanted that.
She's a big Zac Efron lady. Yeah.
Very thirsty for that one.
Yeah. Apparently that movie's bad anyways.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well.
It was really between Wolf Creek or Zodiac.
Yeah. And your chose Zodiac, which is a massive
thanks
movie.
A lot.
It is a real fucking... in terms of a movie, it is a fucking, absolute... It's
a film.
It's a week-long film, man.
You know you got a movie and you got a film.
Yeah, no, this is a film.
People go, ooh, I saw a film.
And the issue with this one is it's a film based on something that hasn't been solved. For 50 fucking years.
That's a problem.
But yeah, your vote for Zodiac. Wolf Creek was coming up pretty close. Would have been fun to do that, being another Aussie
I can
film.
Be on the list. I'm alright with that.
We'll chuck that. We can recycle
list.
The films that don't make the
don't make the cut. I want to watch Wolf Creek.
Yeah, we'll do that. It's coming up. It's going to come up. All right, so today we're here to talk about Zodiac based on the real Zodiac killings in America. So let's give you the quick rundown very, very briefly. So Zodiac released in 2007. This was directed by David Fincher. As we said before, this is a guy that did Seven, Fight Club,
Social Network.
Yep.
Gongo.
Yes, I think maybe.
Good movies. He does good movies. He's a very good filmmaker.
He does good films.
He does good films. He's a filmmaker.
He's a real film man. I'm here to watch a film. This movie is long as
boy.
Fuck.
Howdy.
157 fucking minutes. Boy, God, I felt like I was in my room for a century.
Yeah.
I felt my weekend disappear on me in the span of 3 hours.
And in true Fincher form, it's hypnotic. It feels longer than it is because
it does.
It's really glib and bleak and...
you're already there for more than 2.5 hours.
And Fincher, he's very clever. He's a very clever boy. And he knows, how to drag something on. In an artsy good way, quote unquote.
Yeah.
In a good way. It's not a good way for me because I'm very impatient and
and I mean in terms of something like this is a story that is pretty jammed packed.
Yeah.
There is a lot that happened in this
and
case.
Because the story it takes place over such a long time.
Yes, it is
a
multi-year.
Yeah, so that's Fincher pulling you into the frustration of not knowing who Zodiac is because it went on for so long.
Exactly. So this budgeted 65 to 85 million. Seems like a lot for something like this.
Yeah.
Did only box about 84.7.
Yeah, right.
Back in. The Rotten Tomatoes score, 89% on the critics.
Yeah.
And 77% on the audience.
Yeah, right.
So generally favourable. Obviously, this is a critic-based movie.
Yes, sir.
Watch out, Mortal Kombat 1 is a complete fucking polar opposite. So for being something that's a near 3-hour movie, there's a massive cast. But I'm going to give you 3 names. Mark Ruffalo, Robert Downey Jr., and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yep, that's all you need to know.
They are the 3 mains in this movie, the editor, the cop, and the sketch artist.
The guy who wrote the book.
Yeah. So, Zodiac. Jack, tell me, what do you think of Zodiac?
Zodiac is a very good movie.
Yes.
It's a very good movie.
Very good film.
It's a very good film. It is hypnotic. It's hypnotizing. It does such a great job of pulling you in, sucking you in, and just fucking holding on to you. It's really claustrophobic because there's so much happens, but there's not a lot of sets. not a lot of characters.
Yeah.
And the killings aren't, they're not the focus really.
No, they're just the exposition.
In terms of the murder scenes, I mean.
Yeah.
The killings are obviously the focus of the story. I'm aware of that. I was listening that much. Yeah. So, and it's just like a lot of talking. It's a lot of very good script writing.
Yep.
Masterful real life conversation, sprinkling in exposition. It's a fucking great mystery. Like he unfolds it.
Yeah.
He unfolds it so patiently and so purposefully.
Yeah.
Just like just slowly unwrapping. You get to the end, nobody knows. Because in real life, nobody knows.
Yep.
I love that. I love unsolved mysteries. I say it all the time. I love
Yeah.
unsolved mysteries, so that's fine by me. But yeah, just kind of the hysteria that, being obsessed with an unsolved murder like this can affect everyone. Like the reporter, obviously, because it becomes his job to report on the killings. He wants to be the first to break it. He wants to... But then, of course, he loses his mind because he starts getting targeted.
Yep.
So, it affects him. It affects the cop. Because it's literally the cop's job to stop him. It is his job. He's doing a terrible job. There's pressure from the journalist. Cool. Ties in. From the public. Everything. And then there's just another guy who's just like, I just fucking love a mystery, don't I?
Yeah.
And I'm going to start looking for it. And then he gets sucked in. Because, you're so close. You're only a step behind. You're not even 2 steps behind.
Yep.
You're only a step behind. And it's so frustrating like that. So it's a frustrating watch.
Yeah.
But it's a really gripping and intense watch. But it is a very, very hypnotically long watch. It feels longer than 150 minutes.
It does. It really does.
Minutes, yeah.
So, yeah, I agree. This is a really good movie. It is a different type of movie given the runtime, but also given the story. Serial killer lovers will absolutely love this movie. The people that are into the real life true crime shit, 100% will love this movie because the longer they get in this movie, the happier they are.
Yeah,
100%. But no, it is a really well done movie. As far as I'm aware, it does hit a lot of things on the head in terms of the real life stuff.
Yeah.
But obviously, certain things have to be changed because it is a movie at the end of the day. It's not a documentary.
Real life is not that interesting.
Exactly.
Sometimes.
And when you
even when you're on a murder case,
and especially when it's unsolved, you kind of got to put your own things and use your imagination for that to build that scene. But no, it is a really good movie. It does a lot in terms of shining the light on our 3 main stars in the different acts.
Yep.
Obviously, everyone has a different purpose.
Yeah, because Robert Downey Jr. just fucks off for the last hour.
The last part, the third act, is basically him dying.
It's just Jake and Mark.
Jake is the main guy going along it. Mark sort of pushed off, not wanting to be a part of the case anymore. And it's just Jake's character fucking really pushing for it.
Yeah.
But no, it is a very good movie. I can just admit I fell asleep for about half an hour. Well, I was dozing in and out. I was trying to keep myself going, but I was just like, I'd seen the movie previously before anyway, so
same.
I give myself that leeway of going. I just rewatch it so I can, get myself back up to date with it.
Yeah.
But if I fall asleep, I'm just like, because I did see Mortal Kombat again today, because that was the more important one.
Not quite the same movie. Is
Not quite the same. A lot shorter.
Fincher does a great job of sprinkling in, very heavy-handed. This is the killer.
Yeah.
I know who the killer is. This is him.
Yep.
So you, the audience, I'm going to make you feel sure that you're this killer, but then I'm going to throw in the idea of a copycat.
Yeah.
And I'm going to throw the idea of a second suspect, and I'm going to throw in the idea of a third suspect. And, so you're just as frustrated as the cop, pretty much, because you're just like, come on, it was just him. Is the rest of this movie going to be how you catch him? No, it's going to be, it's probably not him. Well, it's probably him, but it's maybe not him. Yeah. But we should ask questions about that first guy because he's still pretty gross and weird and probably definitely kill people. But we'll get back to that later.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it's just the first suspect all along. So you kind of just go,
Basically.
And then, so it's like the double fucking shotgun ending is it goes back to the first suspect. So you're like, okay, good. The last fucking 2.5 hours didn't matter. And also, we don't know if it's the first suspect.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody knows.
Exactly right. It's
You're
the whole
oh god, I've been here for
was
so long.
and like we've watched too many of these movies now. So this was The Little Things.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
This was City of Lies.
Yeah.
Same thing again. We're watching these long ass fucking movies that don't have an ending because they're unsolved endings. So, do you have any knowledge or experience of the Zodiac Killer before like watching this movie?
Nah, it's pretty much just this movie. Although this did make me want to read the book.
Yeah,
I might read the book.
Yeah, so I definitely knew knew of the Zodiac stuff before ever seeing the movie and that. Beforehand,
I just knew all the Ted Cruz memes, the American politician.
Yeah,
like everyone's so certain.
Yeah,
fuck, I love the internet.
Yeah. No, I definitely had like read up on the original cases that before because it is a very interesting time for America during that and everything that happened, and you know, being something so massive like this in terms of murdering in the States, and to still be unsolved, and you know,
and you're going straight to the police.
And this is literally serial killer was a guy that literally like contacted the police to go, I did another one.
Yeah, like, hello.
What's going on?
You gonna get me?
This is a guy that literally communicated with everyone.
Yeah.
Anytime he did something, and they still couldn't find the cunt.
Yep.
But one dude can fucking throw out a McDonald's bottle from his car and get found the next day for littering.
Exactly.
It's a fucking weird one.
Crazy, man.
When someone's literally poking the bear going, you gonna find me or what?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna do it again.
Like, well, he's probably dead now, like...
100%.
So long ago. Like, you just don't know.
This happened in the late 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
For a guy that you have to assume would have been at least in his late 20s to 30s, and then to be now, it's what, 30, 50, so 70, 80, he could be in his odd 80s or 90s.
Yeah, easy.
And
or dead. Or just
or
fucking
he would just
dead.
literally just be dead.
He might have fucking died back then. We don't know.
Who knows if this original guy had left, like, any sort of like notes or extra
anything,
cryptic things.
Maybe just on his deathbed he'd be like, oh, by the way, here's where everything is.
Maybe wherever he's buried, his tombstone has the little Zodiac gunshot symbol on there, like, and that's who it was. Fuck, who knows? But that's what makes this movie interesting.
Yeah,
is because it is such an interesting case.
Yeah, and it's just like, obviously in real life they didn't have like, well, I actually don't know, but I don't think the suspects would have been that obvious. Like the first suspect, the big guy. It's just like...
The one that came around by the end of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't the real life thing.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That was all real as well.
Jesus.
So the whole thing...
It's like so, like... It's so obvious, almost.
He still remains to be...
so convenient.
Still remains to be their biggest suspect to the case. Because obviously, you see by the end of the movie, they got like the text at the end to say like what happened in the real life.
It just shows you like how fucked the court system is, like how much evidence you need to be... evidence.
Yeah, and then that guy died of a fucking heart attack.
Yeah, exactly.
They were about to go to that guy to charge him with the murders.
Yeah.
Heart attack.
Fucking died.
Done.
Yeah. So yeah.
Which makes it harder because now it's like you can't confirm that he was the killer.
No. But he was definitely a weirdo, whoever he was.
100%, definitely a weirdo on some sort.
Squirrels and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of fast talking. A lot of very intense conversations, just super fast, super long cuts, like it's very impressive. In terms of acting, it's incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
And Jake Gyllenhaal's spiral downwards, like, he starts off as this, you know, you're like, well, he's probably autistic or whatever. Like,
yeah, it's just a bit weird.
They
just likes drawing.
Chuck a hard R in there. Always surprises me to hear the hard R. Even though it was, like, a long time ago, I was still like, ooh.
2007, it's still sort of like in the...
Yeah, I guess.
Starting to get a bit more woke, I guess.
Yeah. But even then, I was just still like, ooh, okay, they dropped that. But yeah, he starts off as just very introverted, shy.
Yeah.
And then, you know, just goes down this spiral of just like knocking on criminals' doors and just like putting himself in dangerous situations because he has to know.
Yeah.
And then you get that whole misdirect of the old dude.
Yeah.
Alyssa was not, shout out Alyssa. Alyssa was not happy about that.
Oh,
the old dude, because she was just like, what the fuck was the point? What was the fucking point of that whole 25 minutes? And I never thought of it that way, but as she was getting angry, I was just like, and because it was so late at night, I was just like, yeah, fuck that 25 minutes. Like, why were we at that house? Why did they make it so obvious? Oh, God. There's still half an hour of this fucking movie to go.
Yep.
It's just like...
Could have been finished by fucking
and
now.
That's what I mean. It's so frustrating and claustrophobic. It's just like, oh,
they
God.
definitely... Fincher definitely does well to prolong every single scene to make sure that no part of the script is left out. It's literally like, no, we're not cutting any lines. This is the whole thing, and that's the scene.
Yeah.
We're getting everything. We're getting told everything.
Yeah. It's not very stylish either, especially for
No,
Fincher.
it doesn't really... It doesn't have looks to it.
No, you can't define it by its
That's
look.
why I look at the budget and I go 65 to 85. Like, okay, maybe for being such a long movie, they had to film a lot longer.
Yeah, maybe.
But in terms of like where they shoot it,
Yeah.
a lot of them you can tell is just a studio backlot.
Yeah.
Like when they find when the taxi driver gets shot,
That's the most obvious one.
you can blatantly see where that studio starts and ends.
And I was just like, oh, is that maybe it's just like surreal? This whole situation is surreal. Like it's getting, like if I was in year 10 English class, like analyzing this movie, is that like, okay, the real weight of it is starting to hit Mark Ruffalo and like the sort of surreal nature of all these weird coincidences and all these weird things. Like maybe it's like a nightmare, like because the sky looks weird and fake.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, maybe it's just a weird and fake looking set.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. And with David Fincher, you never know.
No, you really don't know. So, so how do you find movies like this in terms of creating a movie based on something that is got no real end to it, and something that's been so well known?
Yeah, it's weird. Hey, it's weird watching a movie like this, knowing there's no ending.
Because especially,
I guess you're just like, how are they going to end the movie? Where are they going to end?
Yeah, because you got really like, I thought you were going to fucking make out the mic for a second.
With a
microphone.
Really... I didn't mean to do.
It
was very.
Yeah, but I mean, like being like the people that were around, like during the real times of the killings and that, and then coming out to see a movie, like you think if they sat there and would they be excited to go, I was around when all this shit was happening.
Yeah,
I'll check that out again.
Yeah, or would they be like, I hope they don't make me look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Because like the cop, like that must weigh so heavy on the cop, never catching him.
Yeah.
Or like being so close to catching him. That's got to weigh really heavy.
Like I guess in one way it's cool because it's not like a documentary standpoint where it's just like everyone retelling the story. No. And they just have...
And this story, they had the convenient, he was writing a book.
Yeah.
So it ends with the book is written.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go, fine. That's how you tie up a script.
Yeah.
But that's not how you tie up real life.
Yeah, no, 100%. So
yeah, I'm okay with it as long as the movie is good.
Yeah.
As long as it pulls you in. And this movie definitely pulls you in.
Like, 100%. Regardless of the runtime.
For as long and like drawn out as it is, it's not a... bless you. It's not a look at your phone movie at all. Like you are in.
Yeah.
So yeah, as long as it's those two things, I don't care how it ends.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It ends with no ending.
Exactly. Tell us it didn't end in real life.
Yeah.
That's fine.
No, I guess it's a good way to sort of get like a good visual representation of what could have transpired in those events.
Yeah.
Because as I said, it is very interesting, and like when they do like the death scenes and that, they are also different. It
humanizes it. It makes the killings a bit more... Oh, geez. Like, this guy was a fucking brutalist. Like, he was a really, really savage killer.
Yeah.
But also, like, he was, like, psychologically so savage to these cops and these journalists, just, like, toying with them.
Yeah.
Like, he had it on both ends. He was just a fucking crazy dude. In every sense of that word. Literally.
No, it is so much better to sort of see that that unfold.
Seeing that in a movie.
Like, I've seen it, like, I've listened to podcasts about the Zodiac killings before, and it is a completely, like, different end of the spectrum between the two, because, they're both an entertainment platform, but one's more in a documentary standpoint where it's just retelling what we already know, opposed to the movie going, let's show you everything from the view of everyone else, and create more of a story for you, opposed to just retelling events, and being like, he went up to this couple and shot them, and he then called the police, and then it's just very like just slow and like that way is just sort of just like just telling you about something that happened. Yeah,
the best kind of documentaries are when there's footage of all of it.
Yeah.
Like Evil Genius, like that's all on camera, so you're just like, okay, I can put a face with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't fuck with cats. There's a lot of footage and like screen grabs and stuff, so it's like, okay,
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that one was fucking weird because I saw like the real videos of that when it actually happened in the time, and I was just like,
the internet was a very
place
for a while.
People at school just like, oh, you seen one guy want an ice pick, and I'm just like, fucking what?
But then you do see some of those documentaries, and it's just like those awkward dramatizations.
Oh, they're so weird. It's always like a camera down on the floor, and it's like shadowed out half the fucking frame.
And it's just like, boom, 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 boom. It's like, shut the fuck
That's
up.
basically all of like the horror type ones.
Yeah, exactly. So this is just like, I'm getting a cool real life story, but I'm also getting a really good movie, and I can latch onto these performances. Yeah, 3 of my favorite actors of all time just being good at their job.
Yeah, because they are such a younger version.
You want to watch someone be good at their job.
Yeah.
Fucking here it is, man.
You get that. Like, I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal looks exactly the same as he did in this and fucking...
That motherfucker does not
Spider-Man
age.
Far From Home. Same thing. But, I mean, the one with the real difference, I'd probably say Mark Ruffalo. He looked fucking 30 years younger in this.
Yeah. Yeah, there was one... He woke up one morning and he was just old. Yeah. Like, he really aged quickly.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.'s got a bit of the Ryan Reynolds about him. He just plays himself, doesn't he? It's just him.
Well, this is pre-Iron Man?
Yeah.
Just before.
The year before.
Yeah.
He would have shot Iron Man straight after this.
Yeah. So he still had a bit of his party look to him.
Yeah.
Not as suave, not as sexy.
Yeah. No, they would have been shooting at the same time, actually.
Yeah, they would have been. Yeah, they would have been. Yeah, definitely.
So, but he's very much just like, I'm just going to bring the RDJ swagger.
Yeah.
And then spiral downwards. So he gets to show a bit of acting chops. Like when he's when they go to the boathouse, it's very confronting. Like he's just a sad old drunk and he lashes out and it's really scary to watch. Yep. And then at the end, he's at the bar with an oxygen mask, with a scotch, chuffing a dart. And it's just fuck. Yep. That really did mess you up.
And then he fucking died from massive emphysema. Yep. And that was the end of his fucking tale on that one.
Yeah.
But it's this movie is still definitely a really good movie. Take out the runtime. If you really are into true crime and that, you're always going to have a joy with this.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
It is portrayed really well, and it is a gripping story. Because as I keep saying it's weird to like call like a serial killer really fucking intriguing, but it is such an intriguing case.
There's a morbid fascination, like. That's why true crime documentaries...
For someone to go and create their own cipher and these cryptic messages being sent to all these different places and that... I mean, like, for the late 60s and early 70s, it's pretty fucking out there. It's pretty ingenious, realistically.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work to almost want to give yourself away to the cops anyway.
Yeah.
Because that's all he's trying to do. He's basically begging to be found.
I just want to be caught. I just want a hot meal in prison.
Yeah. Yeah, but basically.
Yeah, fuck. I don't know, man.
It is just full on.
So fascinating.
It is. It is one of the more fascinating, true crime stories that I know.
But unfortunately, about the movie, I have nothing else to say.
Yeah, because
it is just a movie of actors being good and telling a cool story.
Yeah. There's nothing more because anyone that really wants to know, you just got to go and watch this movie just to understand everything, and you either listen to a podcast or watch this movie about it, or even read the book about it. There's so much information out there about it. You'll get everything you need to know about it,
except who it is.
Except who it fucking is. And unfortunately, that's how it's going to be for the rest of
probably forever. Surely,
unless there's someone who's carried his name on and he's like, I'm the son of the Zodiac. That'd be pretty cool. Fuck, that's a sequel right there. Son of the Zodiac.
Son of Zodiac. Don't give them any fucking ideas, please. I don't need that.
Universal, I'm looking at you. Give him that one. I don't really want to talk about it anymore because all I want to do is watch Mortal Kombat again. Realistically.
Everyone vote for Wolf Creek no matter what we do. I want to watch Wolf Creek.
Yeah.
Zodiac is very, very good.
Yeah, Zodiac is very good.
We're joking, but
it's
a very good movie.
Yeah, it's very long, but it's very good. It's worth your time. It is available to stream on Netflix, so you don't have to pay for it. Watch it on there, pause it whenever you want, and come back to it later because you'll need a break in between. All right, let's just end it there. Let's end off this night and just fucking go to bed, guys. Thank you for sticking around and joining us on You Like That Extra. Come see us again every Sunday, every Tuesday for the main show, and every Thursday for your weekly episodes of You Like That Extra. Like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff wherever you are listening around the world or watching us. We'd like to see that. Send us a photo. Ordering your merch at youlikethatpodcast.store. Some good stuff on there waiting for you to wear and represent for us. So until we see you guys on the next one, my name is Adam, and I've been one half of You Like That Extra.
My name is Jack. I've been the other half of You Like That Extra.
And we'll see you next week.
Hey.
Take care.